Good morning. How an adult in Middle East can learn and actually speak English. I'm going to talk about real numbers, real strategy through this short podcast. First, I want to focus on mindset and motivation because for me, it's about 20% of success. If you do not know why you are learning English, it's going to be really tough and you are going to quit very soon. Adults need a clear purpose, like, for example, better job, international communication, or they need it for travel or business. This is why adults want to learn English and they are always motivated. However, they lose the steam after a short time. Set one measurable goal. I like, for example, to speak English for 15 minutes every day for 90 days. But you have to stick with it. هذا هو الهدف مالتك. Motivation isn't endless. Discipline replaces it after week 3. هذا هو اللي احنا نسميه discipline and consistency. Number 2, input. Where do you get the information around you? You get it from listening and reading. This is the receptive skill loop. 40% of that comes through your eyes and your ears. You cannot speak without hearing. At least 1 hour of English every day or daily is going to help you. Podcast is the best because it's raw, it's crude, it's organic, it's not scripted. Usually with subtitle. Maybe if you are interested to listen to Netflix, but Netflix is kind of edited videos. However, you have to focus on the shadow pronunciation. You repeat after them hundreds of times. You pause and mimic it again. Read short articles for reading. It's any kind of free reading, like reading emails, work, or maybe the phone setting. Switch it to English. After 3 months, I'm not talking about 3 days, you have to be disciplined for 3 months. Your brain starts recognizing patterns automatically when it comes to English. I'm going to see this pattern. I'm going to see this pattern. This is British. This is American. I start to see the spectrum of language. Now we come to the very important part, which is the output. Speaking. I'm not going to talk about writing, but speaking. English without speaking is just silent, dead language. Find 10 minutes daily. I'm not going to exaggerate and say 1 hour. Talk, even if it is by yourself. Find an English partner. If you do not, find someone. If you do not, record your voice. Listen and fix mistakes. And do it again and again and again and again. Write short messages to yourself. Stick with disciplined goals. Write daily notes. That's going to help you so much. With that, do not go deep with grammar. Focus on the short versions of grammar that are more common. By 6 months, I guarantee you. So by the 6-month mark, your fluency will rise about 60% faster than those who only study English. Why? Because they just study English. They are not necessarily learning English. Part number 4, that's grammar and vocabulary. They form 10% of the whole formula. Stop memorizing random rules because this is not how language works. Focus on most frequent 2,000 words and 10 grammar structures. For example, present, past, future, conditional if, that's very essential, and the future, and modal verbs. They are very common to make your English more fluid. You need to learn them within context. For example, I go to work, not just go. Use applications for flashcards. They are very important, so you can have a stack of 100 cards for the first 100 most common words in English. And then based on these cards, you are going to review them again and again. Number 5, which is feedback and correction. You need to ask for feedback. Without correction, your mistakes become habits. and habits are really hard to replace. If you record yourself and review your progress, that's going to give you a track line of where you're heading. Progress is going to give you the motivation for consistency. Last part I want to say here is the summary and combination of all the efforts that you have. Success needs time, to be honest. And I don't believe in motivation as much as I believe in mindset and habit formation, reviewing feedback, getting assistance from AI and other teachers, listening and reading. They form 40%. You need to practice for 1 hour of speaking. You need to practice for 10 minutes to 1 hour of speaking daily for 3 months. Focus on grammar and vocabulary because they form more than 10% of English. Get feedback, not extensive feedback, gradual feedback on certain structures that you focus on. And then that's going to incrementally help you by the end of the 3 months to improve your English. One thing that a lot of people ignore is the fact that they have to set realistic goals. The timeline that we have is probably 3 months. You need to understand that within 3 months to 6 months threshold, speaking with confidence is going to increase incrementally. The bottom line is learning English as an adult in Middle East in general isn't about talent. It's about exposure, immersion, repetition, and the real use because we lack stimulus. When we go to the street, we don't find that many people who speak English. Do it 90 minutes a day, and within a year, you will sound a global citizen who speaks English like more than 40% of the globe. Have a wonderful day. باللغة وليد خالد.